Hi, boys and girls, it's Mrs. Lewis. We're going to talk a little bit about paraphrasing. This is going to be especially helpful when you're taking notes for nonfiction texts, especially when you get into middle school and high school and you're reading in-depth textbooks. You want to get the main idea from something and put it in your own words. That's what paraphrasing is. Okay, so this is just an illustration to kind of help you, a graphic, a rewriting of text in your own words. When we paraphrase, we're trying to clarify the meaning. So sometimes people might go on and on and on for 15 minutes about how important it is to pick up your room and how it's a mess and there's clothes all over the floor. And really, the short statement would be that your mom wants you to pick up your dirty clothes in your room. That would be paraphrasing it in your words. So it's expressing a meaning using different words, and it often can make things clearer to the reader. So this is an example about Willy Wonka being famous for his delicious candy. Children and adults loved to eat it. And we can paraphrase that in our own words by substituting out some of these words here for other words. So Willy Wonka was known throughout the world. That means he's famous. People enjoyed eating his tasty candy. That's saying that candy is also delicious and that people love to eat it. So paraphrasing is using your own words to help you to learn something or to remember it. So here's a graphic that's going to be used for our assignment, today. And we're going to put in what the text actually says and then how you're going to put it in your own words. Sometimes when we paraphrase, we want to put the text away and not even look at it because we will be tempted maybe to use some of those words instead of using our own words. So here's some information about winter weather in New Hampshire. One of the things we do a lot in New Hampshire is that we bond by complaining about the winter. You often hear people complaining about the weather. It's hard to have a positive wintertime mindset when we make small talk by being negative about the winter. That is easy enough to change. Simply refuse to participate. Try to talk about how the cold gives you a chance to drink tea or hot chocolate all day. You can talk about ice skating or building snowmen. Bundle up and go for a walk outside, knowing that you'll likely feel warmer and happier after a few minutes. Better yet, go with a friend. Social plans are a great reason to haul yourself out from underneath the covers. But overall, research has found that it doesn't take much to shift your thinking. It doesn't have to be this huge, complicated thing. You can just consciously try to have a positive wintertime mindset, and soon you will be talking in a positive way. We talk about this a lot in school, about how those negative comments, they don't do us any favors, and we need to replace those with positive comments so that we have a positive mindset. And we talked about telling yourself that you can do something in a positive way, like going up to bat and hit the ball. If you tell yourself you can do it, 75% of the time you're going to hit that ball. Whereas if you tell yourself that you stink at it and you're not going to do it, it's just going to make matters worse. So that positive self-talk has a great impact. So we're going to take this information and we're going to paraphrase it into our own words so that we can understand what the paragraph is all about, or the article. Okay. Whoops, too fast. So what the text says, back to those boxes. One of the things we do a lot in New Hampshire is that we bond by complaining about the winter. It's hard to have a positive wintertime mindset when we make small talk by being negative about the winter. This was cut and pasted right from the previous slide. How can I rephrase that? If you want to be positive about the winter, I didn't finish typing this in. If you want to be positive about the winter and the cold weather, you want to be positive about the winter and the cold weather. Change your mindset and think about good things, right? That's paraphrasing, that we do a lot of complaining in the winter and we can make it better by being positive. Okay, I'm going to go back to the next slide. Okay, the next paragraph, I just took one chunk of it because it was very long. it's easy enough to change, just refuse to participate. And then this lists all the good things about the wintertime that we could talk about. So how can we paraphrase that? It doesn't have to be as long as what was in the article. We can say it in a clearer, more concise way. So let's see, how could we phrase this? Are a there are lots of ways to enjoy winter outside. Um, and when you do get active, when you get active, you create positive memories. Because when I think of all these activities that you do outside, you always have some good memories, and then you want to repeat those memories, right? Like, I remember when we went skating and had that big bonfire and that big party. That was so much fun. I enjoyed myself. I want to do that again. So memories can be a positive interaction. So that's just a quick way to paraphrase in my own words what those two paragraphs talk about. And I'm only going to just do those two. So in your assignment, there's an article about Martin Luther King, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to pull up, cut and paste the information about what the text says, and you're going to paraphrase it in your own words on the right-hand side of the document. I will be excited to read what you come up with. All right, toodles.